Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video. It's your fellow Skeptic, it's your fellow baseball fan. Yeah, I did it. I think I am genuinely a baseball fan now, so I think it would make sense. I'm an OG cricket fan. I used to play cricket a lot. I used to watch cricket a lot. I have been involved with baseball since my childhood by watching cartoons and wearing baseball jerseys without even knowing that I was wearing baseball jerseys, and I've been getting a lot into baseball. You can check out my channel. There are a lot of reaction videos that I did regarding baseball. I've been researching on baseball. I've been trying to find if there's any baseball fields around, and it's not that popular in Kerala, like the place where I'm living it, so it's kind of a little bit difficult, but I'm still working on it. I've been traumatized a lot by the last few videos that I watched from baseball. One of them was the nastiest pitches, one of them was the most unhinged pitchers in baseball. I saw a lot of really traumatizing stuff and I had to book my therapy. I'll probably have to get a therapy as well, but this one I think it would not actually intensify my need for therapy because this looks fine. And one thing that I noticed consistently with the last few videos is that I couldn't understand a lot of what's going on. I did watch the rules of baseball, but even with that, it's very hard to comprehend a lot of what is going on from the last few videos that I watched, especially from Baseball Does Texas. So I realized that it would be a good idea to check out some of the unwritten rules of baseball. Somebody had actually mentioned in the comment section below, you should probably watch the unwritten rules of baseball and it would clear things up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do because that makes sense. Because I was actually in the air for a lot of last few videos. I hope it would help me understand baseball better and how things work. It gives me bit more context when I'm gonna get traumatized. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Unwritten Rules of Baseball by Nin Explained. And Nin was good creator. I think this was the reason for me to get myself introduced into baseball. Nin, if you haven't checked out his channel, he did a really good job. The first video that I watched of this guy was cricket versus baseball. He did a very good comparison. I actually thought he was a little bit biased towards baseball in the beginning, but he cleared everything up. Very good comparison. It is two different sports, but if it can be compared, he did a very good comparison for that.
Nin explains the unwritten rules of baseball. Baseball has rules, lots of them.
Yes.
To the casual observer, it seems like it has too many.
Yes.
What they don't know is that there's a whole bunch of other unwritten rules that you won't find in any rulebook.
Correct.
These come from back in the day, where there was find in any rulebook.
Oh, God, he got hit.
These come from back in the day, where there was, and still is, a mutual gentleman's agreement to not humiliate each other on the playing field. This is to help preserve each other's jobs, as your job security is always on thin ice when you're a professional baseball player.
Wait, what?
As your job security is always on thin ice when you're a professional baseball player.
Really?
Most of these unwritten rules revolves around the golden rule. Don't show up your opponent. Remember, the idea
what is the meaning of show up?
is to not humiliate your opponent.
Okay.
You want to win,
show
but
up
you also want the other guy to keep his job. So doing anything to show them up is strictly not tolerated.
Example?
These can be broken down into the following.
Okay.
Don't steal bases, bunt, swing at 3-0 pitches, or do anything to otherwise run up the score when you're ahead by a large margin.
I do not understand any of that. Don't steal bases, bunt, swing at 3-0. I don't know any of that. Hopefully he'll explain better.
You're up by a large amount. The opponent looks beaten with a couple of innings left to play, and it's unlikely they'll be coming back. They just want the game to end, but unfortunately all 9 innings have to be played.
Okay.
The worst thing you can do is try and run up the score to add to their misery.
Oh,
I know,
Okay,
winning's the name of the game, but there's winning and there's taking the rip by trying to add more runs to make them look bad.
Okay, so this is how it works in cricket. If you're in a tournament and several teams are playing, the more runs you have, it is going to increase the run rate. And if you have more run rate, and if there's some kind of a tie and all, the team with the highest run rate goes into the quarterfinal, semi, or like the playoffs. So I don't know why you would want to reduce number of runs, because will that never happen in baseball? Is there something called as a run rate?
This is not tolerated, and trying to manufacture runs when you're already up by a ton isn't cool. Don't steal bases, bunt, or strut after home runs when behind by a large margin. The opposite is also true. If your team is way behind late in the game, and you're out there trying to give it large when you don't realistically have a chance of winning, it's also considered poor form.
Really?
You're mainly delaying the inevitable, and you look like a damn fool for elongating a foregone conclusion. Don't swing at the first pitch after the pitcher has allowed back-to-back home runs.
That's kind of sad.
The pitcher is clearly having a poor time. Don't add to the guy's misery by swinging at the first pitch he throws at you. It shows lack of respect at his abilities as a pitcher.
Oh god. This seems like a very gentleman's game, like from what is being explained over here. Everything is very nice and polite, but I know it is not the case because I've been seeing a lot of really bad shit. I hope like maybe in recent times it has been like this, but yeah, I've seen really bad scenarios.
Don't show up your fielders and teammates. Errors happen. People make mistakes in the heat of competition. But don't be one of those guys that vents frustration and angrily tears down teammates in front of the entire stadium and the millions watching on TV. Don't do that.
Yeah,
if you have grievances,
that's
what the bench and the locker room are for. Don't excessively celebrate hitting a home run. We've all seen it. Bat flipping, pointing or staring at the ball, celebrating before the ball has even left the field. Whilst it's exciting for us fans to watch, it's seen as disrespectful to the pitching team. In general, this cannot go unpunished. Throwing at hitters is the conventional retaliation.
Throwing at hitters is a conventional retaliation. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for.
For any of these infractions is for the pitcher to hit the next batter up. This is known as drilling.
Okay,
and
yes,
this is how
fight.
bad blood is exhibited, or violations of unwritten rules are punished. If one of your teammates has done any of the following, and you're the next batter up, expect the ball to be thrown at your body or your head as retaliation for your teammates' lack of respect.
Yeah.
Never rub the area where you were hit by a pitch. Showing pain after being hit by a pitch is seen as being cowardly, even if it wasn't your
Really? Oh my god, what? What? Oh god.
fault to begin with. Take it like a man, don't be a bitch.
Oh god.
Pitcher.
Getting yourself thrown by a baseball at 100 miles per hour and you are not able to rub that spot and take it like don't be a bitch about it. What? Okay.
Are a special breed in the world of baseball.
Special
and there are
breed.
pitcher-specific unwritten rules that might seem strange, but they make perfect sense if you're the man on the mound. Don't step on the pitcher's mound.
Oh,
a pitcher's
that
mound
is the mound.
is his office, and they don't take too kindly to anyone messing with the mound by walking
That makes
across
sense.
it. It doesn't matter if they're your teammates or the opponent. Messing with the mound is a surefire way of getting drilled or getting punched in the face. Don't walk in front of the catcher or umpire. Another manner of etiquette, the imaginary line connecting the pitcher and the catcher must not be broken. Walking around or behind the catcher is seen as good etiquette, and cutting across their line of sight
already hit it, right? Like before hitting it, it makes sense, but
is virtually asking for a drilling.
Oh, what the fuck? He threw it at that
cutting
guy.
across their line of sight is virtually asking for a drilling.
Oh,
Don't
god.
talk to the pitcher.
Oh god, did he just hit his head?
Walking around or behind the catcher is seen as good etiquette, and cutting across their line of sight is virtually asking for a drilling.
Oh god.
Don't talk to the pitcher if he's on a no-hitter. If the pitcher is close to a no-hitter, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Don't look at his general direction. Don't go near
What is
him.
no-hitter?
The pitcher has to maintain his concentration, and you distracting or preemptively jinxing a perfect game won't win you any favours from him or your teammates. If a pitcher is perfect, stay the hell away. Don't bunt during a no-hitter.
Okay.
Whilst perfectly legal,
What?
don't bunt during a no-hitter.
Bunt
Whilst
during a
perfectly
no-hitter.
legal, bunting whilst a pitcher is pitching a no-hitter is seen as a cheap and dirty way of ruining his game.
Hey, why would you do that? But you're supposed to win the game, right? It's as if you are actually you're playing to lose. That doesn't make sense. I don't know if it's actually being followed in the actual baseball. This does not make sense to me. Hey, sorry.
If you're going to ruin perfection, actually swing for the ball. Because if you try and fail, it's at least fair. Pitchers relieved mid-inning must stay in the dugout until the end of the inning. Even though you couldn't finish what you started, if you're a pitcher and are replaced mid-inning, it's customary to watch the guy replacing you until the end of the inning. This shows that you're supporting your teammates and that you understand that it's a team
that makes
effort.
sense. Yes.
Your
yes.
individual stats can wait. Don't hit one of their guys accidentally. If you've innocently hit someone with a pitch, expect retaliation anyway. A pitcher's job is to throw into and around the strike zone.
Oh,
And it's
God.
not anyway.
Oh, he got
A
knocked out.
pitcher's job is to throw into and around the strike zone. And it's
like
not tolerated.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. In the last videos that I watched, the pitcher was generally celebrating when they hit the batter.
To hit a batter even by accident. They've thrown pitches their entire lives. There's no excuse for missing that far out, and the other team knows it. Don't yell anything when an opposing fielder is trying to catch a ball. Interfering with the fielders as they're doing their jobs is a dick move. Alex Rodriguez once famously yelled, "I got it!" when a Blue Jays player was trying to catch a ball, causing nobody to try and catch it. Even though it's not illegal to do so, it's virtually cheating.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
That's
The center fielder
sad.
gets the ball. When outfielders
Center
are trying to
fielder.
catch a fly ball, unless someone specifically calls for it, generally it's an unspoken rule that the center fielder catches the ball and brings it in. As the person who has to cover the most range on the field, they're usually the ones that get the catch on their stats. Don't insult the umpire.
Okay,
Umpires
so the other people are supposed to just wait until that guy gets there. But what if they are closer? If they are closer than they are supposed to.
love them or hate them, also have jobs to do. Whilst you may
Yes.
disagree with some of their calls, what isn't tolerated is chewing the guy out for doing his job. As a player, squaring off against an umpire is a huge no-no. And absolutely, positively do not use the words "you" followed by some form of expletive or insult.
I don't
This
even
is a
want to read that.
surefire way of getting ejected from the game.
Eh.
Superstitions, no matter how disgusting, are perfectly acceptable. Wearing thongs, peeing on your hands, and spitting
What?
perfectly acceptable.
What?
Wearing thongs, peeing on your hands, and
Why would you pee on your hands?
spitting
Why?
in your hat before wearing it may seem like the habits of someone who belongs in a mental institution. But if you're a pro baseball player, this is widely acceptable.
Why would you pee on your hands?
Don't question a guy about his weird superstitious quirks and you'll be fine. Brawling is fair. If a player gets unfairly drilled or
Brawling is fair. What?
is being drilled as a retaliation and things get ugly, you're expected to leave the dugout, known as bench clearing, to confront the opposing team. You can choose to fight them or not. The point isn't to start
Dude, why would you allow that? Why would it be legal? People can get really badly hurt.
throwing punches. It's to show support for your teammates. Staying in the dugout when throwing punches. It's to show support for your teammates.
Oh god, how many people are there? Dude, this is not a brawl, this is a fucking war.
The point isn't to start throwing punches.
So you should be able to know how to fight if you're playing baseball. Because it is legal. Brawling is legal.
It's to show support for your teammates. Staying in the dugout when there's a brawl happening isn't very supportive, and people will
Dugout.
notice that you selfishly head
dugout?
away from the action. For adult fans, if you catch a ball in the stands, give it to a nearby kid.
Yes. Ah, yeah. I
As an
remember.
adult, I assume you have a job and that you bought tickets with your own money. You don't need a free baseball that you could easily buy at the souvenir shop. If you catch
it
a
is-
home run or fly ball,
It's a souvenir,
give it
isn't
to a kid who's probably been dreaming about catching a ball at the ballpark. At the very
That's
least,
nice.
you'll make
That's
their
nice
day.
of you. That's really nice.
Don't be
I
like,
like
this
that.
lady who snatches the ball away from a kid and then proceeds to take
Oh
selfies.
god.
Don't
What?
be like this park. At the very least, you'll make their day. Don't be like this lady who snatches the ball away from a kid and then proceeds to
Oh,
take
God.
selfies to post it on social media in
Oh god. Somebody did that? I hope the next ball hits on a head. Okay.
front of them whilst they're crying their eyes out.
Oh
This
god.
is the height of douchebaggery. And
Yeah.
absolutely,
Such a
positively,
Karen.
do not steal balls away from kids.
Oh
You're
god. Why would you do that?
just scum if you do that.
Such a bitch.
Whether you agree with them or not, whether you think it's fair game or not, or whether you think that they're just plain stupid, the unwritten rules of baseball have been there for over a century, and they don't look like they'll be changing them anytime soon. Because when sports get ugly, there are always people who will stand by and enforce the unwritten rules of baseball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good punch actually. He blocked a punch and he threw a punch. So they are actually I think most of these people actually know how to fight because it's expected for them to fight at some point. Yeah. Honestly, I've been expecting a lot more rules. There are clearly a lot of things I still don't understand about baseball, and I don't expect to understand any soon. I think it takes a lot of time and experience to actually properly learn baseball to the full extent. In the couple of videos that I've seen, that even in recent times, some of the rules were bent by some of the players. Even for people who has a good amount of knowledge about baseball, there is place for them to explore about baseball. So it's not a fairly simple game. My initial thought when I didn't even know much about baseball was it was a very simple game based on the cartoon episodes that I watched from Doraemon and Ninja Hattori, but yes, I have been corrected a lot. I cannot emphasize how much that lot is. The most interesting parts for this video for me was the brawls. Apart from that, the retaliation, these kind of make sense, but some of the things that it did not make sense was to actually deliberately not elongate the game if you're either losing or winning, which kind of doesn't make sense in a cricket perspective, because in cricket the more runs the better. Whatever tournament that you're playing, whatever league that you're playing, it's better to have more number of runs. But I think if it's a one-on-one match, one team is playing against the other, then it makes sense to not elongate the match, because it'll be boring for the fans and it would be embarrassing for the losing team. But why do that? And there was even one rule that mentioned when a pitcher is bowling all no hitters, which I'm assuming not giving any points to the batter, then pretend to hit the ball so that the pitcher can actually do it perfectly. That does not make sense, because like you still want to score runs for your team and win. That is the ultimate goal, isn't it? I have never seen that in cricket. Or maybe it's like in a very rare scenario that this happened, like, not in a major league or anything, or I'm just wrong. I don't know, man. And the most wholesome rule was like to give the ball to the other player, and oh, that's fucked up. If you're gonna grab a ball from a little kid, that's insane. You're gonna go punch them in the face, man. I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be way more rules. I think probably there's gonna be some other video that I could react to regarding the unwritten rules of baseball. If there's any other video regarding unwritten rules of baseball, any specific video that I could react to, then let me know down in the comment section below, because it feels like I've just touched the surface. It feels like there's way more to it. That'll be it for this video. Hit the thumbs up button and let YouTube know you like what you're watching. And I'll see you guys next video. Good night. Goodbye.